5, 16, 19, 21, 33, and 10. Check results. You remember?
It's a new day or night. It's 176 or 7, I don't know. Of the pod died, Dr. Ray, all that good stuff. Before we get into talk about what we're going to talk about, I mean, you've probably seen in the title. Probably Luke Bennett. My tongue. Sorry, my tongue got. No, anyway, this is an awful start. It's probably one of the worst starts on everyone's clicked off by now. If anyone wants to. Main channel actually got a video that did well for once. For me, comparatively speaking. I know, well, you could argue, oh, you finally got a video to hit 10 mil. No. Oh, you finally got a video to hit a mil. I said, for me, guys. Oh, you finally got a video to get 100k. Guys, lower your expectations. For me, 9,000. I'm happy with that. Look, this isn't TikTok, it's not, the numbers are a little bit harder to gather on YouTube. And I get the whole argument. Like, I was looking into that guy yesterday. The guy, I said, I couldn't remember his name. I said, is it something Ramos? Justin Ramos? Apparently it's Matt Ramos. Who's like, I don't really know what his job is. I was trying to find out what his job was, but they were being really vague about it online. I think he makes TikToks basically. He's a TikToker and YouTuber, but they're just articles who do write up pieces on people. They just go, they're so long about it. They're like, they're just being so he's a this, he's a that, he's a entrepreneur, he's a actor, he's a real writer, but what does he do, man? Just stop it. Just say he's a YouTuber and just stop it for what Marvel and DC content, right? Just come on. I'm just trying to find out what he does. Is he a critic? I didn't know what he was, right? Matt Ramos, and I was reading some of the thing just as I was glazing through or something, and what did it say? It said it was a quote from him, which was he used to make videos on YouTube and stuff, but then he realized he could just do what he's doing right now, but put it on TikTok instead, and he could make a video with 10 times less effort, but get 10 times more views, and it's that. Then you switch over to TikTok, and it's you can look at that in two different ways. And one part of it's work smarter, not harder. Switch over. But to me, TikTok is I just don't have any. I think that's where there's a difference as well between having a goal and an aspiration, and having a specific goal and a vague wants and a specific goal. You know what I mean? I like when you have a specific goal, right? It's unwavering. It's you want to do it, and it's usually not even just I want to achieve this, but it's it goes without saying. But there's subcategories of I want to achieve this, in this way, and in the way I do it is important to me. And so there's other people. So it's him. It must just be, oh, my dream is to just sort of get to talk in some way about comic book movies, and whether that's on TikTok, whether that's on YouTube, whether that's working on a red carpet interviewing actors, whether that's this, whichever way it is, I want it to be that. And whatever's going to get me the most clout, this isn't an insult. Clout is usually a negative word, but it's just, what else can I say? Whatever's going to get me the most clout, the most views, then whatever way for that, I'm game. And that kind of comes across when it's the whole, look, it was 100% less effort and 100% more reward. And it's just if you're trying to do what I just described there, but I think at the same time you look at it and go, for me, is making a TikTok so much easier than a YouTube video. A YouTube video sucks ass, man. Once you've made 2 even, you're fuck this. It gets to a point where the editing is so formulaic sometimes. And even if you're doing creative things, it's but I do these creative things so often. It's you click it here and you drag it in, and you slide it over, and you put the keyframe in here, and then you zoom in there, and you bit and you cut it, and you cut all the dry patches, and put it through the render, and put it through the render. Okay, overlay, put the text in, but this and that, and it's just okay, now color, and it's it gets so boring, right? And it's is it so much easier to make a TikTok? If you told me, okay, what you're doing now, you can only do it through the platform TikTok, I would just enjoy it so much less. You know what I mean? And it's you could have much more success on it. And I find it hard being friends with people who are grind set entrepreneur type people, because I have been in the past, and it's just that. If you're ever doing something, they'll look at what you're doing and be no, bro, what you doing? You're so stupid. You could be doing it this way. You could be maximizing your view into this and that. You could be skyrocketing your this and that. If you got this many people, you gotta go out more. You gotta network and this and that. And it's just I just feel like it's just not. Yeah, but it's not. It's just. It's hard to describe because it's like, well, if your end goal is to get here, why just do this for now and get there to your end goal? And it's just like, no, man. It's just these things do matter. I feel like they do matter. I don't even really know what my end goal is, but anyway, on the main channel recently, I'd say the videos span between, let's just say 200 and 800 views. But then finally we got one, it went up yesterday, it's on about 9.6 right now. For me, that's like, whoa, that was out of nowhere. It's more like Tom Holland. And like, this is the thing as with me about like content as well. You spend every day, obviously if it doesn't go up every day, but you spend every day working on something, right? The edit, it's like, oh, why am I even doing this? Like, you know, like what? This is a hobby. It's like, oh, why am I putting myself? You don't know what's making you put yourself through. You're just doing it, right? And then, it's all for the goal of I want as many people to see this as possible, right? I think whenever you start something like this, anything social media based, you in your head might know what you're doing it for. You might be doing it. No, I'm doing this because I enjoy this, right? Or I'm doing this because I want to make this a job, right? I'm doing it. Am I doing this just because I think it's an easy way to make money? And it's like, these are the three kind of things, right? And they say, if you just need to make money, you shouldn't do it. And even if you in your head you think, oh, I'm just doing this because you can live this fun lifestyle and barely have to work, right? I'm just doing this for money, right? And you get into it in that kind of way. Even if you think you're not doing that, once you've been doing it for a couple months or years, whatever, you'll know, it'll reveal itself to you what you're in it for, and then you'll be like, okay, so actually it's not like, I was just doing it for a quick buck, and it's not quick. Or it can be if you're lucky, or if you're right place, right time, that is luck. Or if you're just, I don't know, very talented, but you might not have an interest in it. But then it's like, so you're trying to get this whole, because that's the thing as well. That is the goal. As many people as you can to see this thing. And that, like, the way I know it's not a money thing is like, to me, the views is like, what is the currency? Like, I would just put any music I want, because trying to find music is the most annoying part of it. Just put any music you want that's like, oh, this is the perfect song for this moment. But it's like, but if they copyright it, they're going to show it, it's going to get less eyes in it, isn't it? Because like, if it's copyrighted, then YouTube has less reason to push the video, because that video is not going to make them any money, and then you want to push videos to make them money. And even at this low level, it feels like it's just going to stop the traction somewhere, and therefore stop the views in some ways. It's like, okay, I've got to still stick with the copyright thing. But it's just like, oh, bro, like I, you know, the whole point is just you want to want as many people watching it as possible, right? So as soon as that happens, you should feel happy, right? But like the second, like I woke up and I'm like, oh, this video is 1 out of 10. That's pretty cool. So I'm like 4K at the time. I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is good for me. This is, you know, this is. I haven't really done videos even in the thousands, man. Like since like 2 years ago when I was doing like reaction content, I was just like, that was me really like, not shit. What's the word? Like, that was me selling my soul, like doing shit I didn't even like just because it was making views at the time, and that was only like 20k and 30k probably the max. But like I haven't done anything like that since the 2 years where I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to try and make videos that like, because I was also trying to ask people to do this podcast and interview them and stuff, and it's just like, what if they click on my Instagram page and they click the link and they go to my channel? It's like, okay, what kind of videos does he make? And it's just me sitting watching stuff. And like, again, am I really putting down that content? Like, a lot of the content I watch is that people reacting to stuff, and I get it. Like, I don't really get why I do get it, actually. It's like, it's fun to watch something. Like, I don't like rewatching films unless I'm watching it with somebody who hasn't seen it before, because then it's fun. It's like you're reliving it through them. So yeah, I do get why people enjoy watching it, and I enjoy watching it as well. But like, for me personally, it's just not something I felt proud of, or felt like it was really itching that creative scratch, you know? Like, it wasn't showing I was good in any way. And I didn't like that. So I was like, no, like, I don't care if they're getting 10% of the views, I guess. I just got to at least be making something that is at least becoming a catalogue of something you can be proud of. And this is the first time since then. So you're striving for all these views and that. And the second you get a video that's a 1 out of 10, the first thing you think is, oh, that's good. But then like, oh no, it's like a pressure. It's like, well, first it's like, what do I do next? Then it's like, one of the worst thing. Well, it's great, obviously. A bad thing is when people comment like, "Oh, I love this video, just subscribe," and it's like, "Oh no." So, like, it's like now all of a sudden there's like a vocal audience saying, "I just subscribed to you," and just as easy as God giveth, God taketh away, and it's like, okay, now I've got to do the same thing for the next, and it's like, does it, like, are you subconsciously changing? Like, if you got 0 views in this video and the video you picked next, is that version of me's video the same video that I'm thinking about doing next now, or is it subconsciously changed because of this? And it's like, all of a sudden, all the technical issues of the video that I didn't care so much about before, I now care about, the little imperfections in the video, little audio errors or hiccups here, or like the tiny little things that I noticed watching it back, but I still posted it anyway, all of a sudden are glaring to me, and I'm embarrassed about, and I'm like feeling some kind of anxiety about. And it's like the audio being crap, like the mic is shit. Like sometimes there was a point where I said an S or a P or something, and like you could hear it pretty loud, and just like things like that. It's like another YouTuber who makes like similar kind of content. He actually got me into making, not get me into it personally, but like I watched his video and thought, I want to make stuff like this a bit more, and I did. He commented on it today, and again, I just like, it was just an awkward feeling. It's like, oh, I'm embarrassed. That it was like being spotted naked. It's like, oh, I'm embarrassed about this. It's like, imagine you spent your whole life, you were happy. You're like, I'm pretty happy with how I look. I see myself naked every day when I shower. I'm pretty happy. And then one day you just got teleported while you was in the shower to outdoors in public. And it's like, I mean, I was happy with it, but now all of a sudden, the small things I didn't really, now that everyone's looking at me and it's like, this is like, am I happy with it? Like, is like, you know what I mean? That's kind of what it's like. I don't know how I've got into such a big ramble about myself today, but I don't know, man. I'm feeling happy, and these are the wholesome things, I suppose. It's only 9,000 views. I know, like, the grand scheme of things with YouTube and stuff is insane, but to me, it's like, that's cool, because it's also possibilities, and it's like, okay, I can do more stuff like this. And if you ain't got to be bitter all the time. It's like, well, if I do make something that's not just like technically maybe like good, like you feel like editing wise, or like the way you worded it in the video, or like whatever it is, but like also topical that people actually want to know about. Like, it was a video about, should Tom Holland get rid of his agent? And it's like, have I made other videos that may be better than that one? I don't fucking know. But like, let's just say I did. It's like, maybe they didn't deserve. Maybe it was just about shit that just no one gives a fuck right now. Like Tom Holland right now just released The Crowded Room and stuff, and like he's on a bit of a bad run. People are talking about it on Twitter. It's like, yeah, it made sense. There's not another video I think talking about Holland at the moment in that kind of way. There's a lot of interviews that sort of backs it up. I like making really short kind of video essays, but I don't know. I don't really like to script them, or like, but they do kind of fall into the video essay category, I guess. But really short. Like an essay you would assume is long, but I just like bite-sized stuff, and that's why this channel I found, who commented on it today, he makes them like that. They're like video essays, but they're short, like they're under 10 minutes. It's like, I'm not someone who likes short content either. Like, I'm not like this guy who loves TikTok content, who loves like, I only watch stuff on YouTube it's below 10 minutes, so I lose my attention span. It's like, most of the stuff I watch, like if I'm watching a YouTube video or something, it's about like films or movies, I want it to be like long. Like, I want to be able to sit in, I can have it on the background, I can watch it. I like a conversational stuff, and I love podcasts. I like long content. I like films, but in terms, maybe you could argue it's a laziness for me. I just don't like structuring out a long. Like, when I see people post 3-hour long videos, it's commendable, but like, I just wouldn't want to do that. And also, it's like, there's something to be said for being concise, getting like multiple points into like a short frame of time, period of time, whatever. Have little bits here that are funny, little bits here that like make you feel something, sort of like, oh wow, it's kind of poignant. Little bits here where the music just hits hard. Little bits here where like you get like cool bits of information, like, oh, I didn't realize that before, like, oh, because you did some research maybe. Just like, all within like a 5-minute thing. People don't get bored. I feel like your retention should be high because the video is so short. So if it's done over a percentage, I'm not sure how the stats work. But yeah, no, I don't know. This is a very me topic today. I do have other things to talk about. But I can just, I mean, I'll say them now, but I'll probably talk about them in tomorrow's one. But like Speed, Luke Bennett, and Dream were like the three sort of YouTube things. I guess I'll just do them. Today was very me central, and I'll just basically call this something self-deprecating. I'll title this video, and then tomorrow's one I'll just say like, you know, just YouTube bullshit. Oh, brilliant! This is just, hey guys. Oh, you're right, lads. Well, that's a good place to end it, isn't it? What you're staring at right now is a Nutella jar that this was resting up on. This was 167, I think. So I'll see you guys in 17. No, it wasn't. It was like 178.
Here with the kids, and they had like 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet. He was like a hero.